Hello everyone, I'm Clover and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be reading you a book called Hansel and Gretel, my first story time. This story begins with tummies rumbling. Little Hansel and Gretel hadn't had any food to eat. They were very hungry. Hansel and Gretel heard their mean auntie whisper to their father. "Get rid of the children," she said. "Then we will have enough to eat." The children were sad and hungry. The next day, the children were taken into the woods. Soon, they were far from home. But Hansel was clever. He had some bread. He left a trail of crumbs to lead them home. "I have a plan," Hansel told Gretel. Hansel and Gretel were left all alone in the dark woods. "Don't worry," said Gretel. "We will follow the trail of crumbs home again." But a little bird had eaten all the bread. Now Hansel and Gretel were lost. Before long, it got dark. Hansel and Gretel made a little fire to keep warm. There were strange noises in the woods. The children were too hungry and scared to go to sleep. "Twit-twoo!" "What was that?" cried Hansel. "It was an owl," said Gretel. The next day, Hansel and Gretel wandered through the woods until they came to a funny little house. "It's made of sweets," said Gretel. They stopped to eat a bit of the little house. Suddenly, an old woman came out of the house. "Who is eating my house?" asked the old woman. "Sorry," said Hansel. "We didn't know it was your house." "We are very hungry," said Gretel. "I will give you ham and jam," said the old woman. So Hansel and Gretel went inside the little house. The old woman gave Hansel and Gretel a big supper and sent them to bed. But Gretel heard the old woman cackling to herself. She was really a witch, and she had a wicked plan. "I will feed the boy to make him big and fat. Then I will eat him up," the witch said. Gretel told Hansel about the witch's plan. The next day, the old witch locked Hansel in a cage. The witch made Gretel give Hansel lots of food to make him fat. But Gretel was clever. She had a plan. The old witch could not see very well. Gretel gave Hansel an old bone. He pretended it was his finger. Not fat yet," thought the witch. One day, the old witch couldn't wait any longer. "Fat or not, Hansel will be my dinner," she cackled. "But the oven isn't hot," said Gretel. "Nonsense," said the witch, and she opened the oven. Quick as a flash, Gretel pushed her in and closed the door. And that was the end of the witch. Hansel and Gretel escaped from the witch's house. And can you guess who was looking for them? The children's father found them in the woods and took them home. He had sent their mean auntie away, and they never saw her again. Their father gave them a big hug. The end. Thank you for listening to the story. See you again. Goodbye.